Josh from Josh.
I'm Coach Nrgy.
I'm Aphrodite.
And I'm Emmanuel.
All right. So the age of online dating. Woohoo! This is what we're talking about today. Dude, why is it so popular right now, right? I know a lot of it is, people getting back from the, whole 6 feet apart thing, the online stuff, people were doing the online dating a lot more. And I'm not sure if people are still doing it now because I'm not out there in that world, but, if I was, I probably wouldn't be doing online dating because I like the little personal thing. And I got a whole story about that, right? We're gonna talk about this, right? Okay. So I got an experience, right, with this online dating thing, right? About 17 plus years ago, right? I had this full career going, right? So I used to be working for this company, right? And I had this full career path going. I had everything set up for me. I had the right career. I had the right place. I had the, right time frame. But I didn't have companionship, right? Like that was the only thing that I was missing at that point. I was like, man, I'm working all these hours and stuff like that. At that point, I didn't have kids or nothing like that. It was just me. And I was like, I'm missing something. So one day I got on the computer and I was like typing some emails and this little link came up for eHarmony. I'm not sure if y'all remember that. Mm-hmm. The eHarmony stuff. Y'all remember that? Okay.
Yeah, eHarmony.
Yeah. So I ended up making like one of them little accounts and stuff like that, one of them little free accounts and stuff like that back then. And about maybe 3 days later, right, I started getting all these suggestions and stuff, like people like emailing you and stuff like that. And I was like, okay. Then I started looking down the profiles and stuff like that. I was like, okay, these look like nice people here, like people to talk to and stuff like that. So long story short, right, I went out on 3 dates with people, right? And it did turn out the way that I wanted it to, okay? That was the end of online dating, okay? That was the end of online dating for me, okay?
Sound like we missed a lot in the middle of that.
Right.
A whole lot.
He jumped.
Hey, I didn't want to tell you about all the experiences, right? Because some of those experiences weren't the greatest experiences. Like, they were not, okay? Like, a lot of people, out there, especially when you start looking online, depending on like the, the program and the app and stuff like that, sometimes you gotta really like go meet a lot of different people before you find that one person, right? And that can be a little tedious, like doing that. Like that could be like a mental frustration because if you're a guy, you're a reasonably responsible guy and stuff like that, obviously you want to pay, right? Like you want to put out the money and put your best foot forward, which means that's a lot of meals, right? That's a lot of meals that a person may be paying for. And not really seeing the return that you would like to see, I guess, because essentially, depending on where you're at in your life, you're looking for, I guess, some form of commitment, depending on the person, looking for some form of commitment at that point. But there are some people out there that's looking for a meal. You know what I'm saying? Like they looking for a drink, they looking for like a good time. And yeah, you really have to be very like aware of what you're looking for. Because even when I was doing like online dating like 17, whatever years ago or whatever, I knew what I was looking for, and it wasn't no good time. Like I wasn't looking for that, okay? That wasn't my thing. Right? Like I was looking for more companionship. So when we talk about like the online dating thing, why it's so popular, why you guys think it's so popular?
Easy. It's easy and convenient.
Yeah, people like convenience. It's real convenient. I also think that a lot of people lack the confidence that they may have over the internet, because you can portray yourself a certain way, you can pick the pictures you want to pick, you can set your profile up the way you want people to see it, and you've kind of created a person more so than in reality, in the real life, face to face, that person is there for them to see on the front end, and then you guys kind of move from there. So I think the convenience and the comfort of being able to kind of set the premise, you know, on your profile is probably really intriguing, or really, you know, inviting for some people.
Yeah,
I can agree with that.
Oh, okay. I thought you was gonna add more to that after that. That looked like yeah, something.
So, you know, I'm not a fan of online dating. Never have been. I'm not a real fan of it, you know. But for people who have, you know, educated me on their experiences on online dating, it's been very interesting to hear. Especially about the different apps and how you can find like certain people of caliber on certain apps versus one app versus the other. You know, somebody gave me a whole education spiel about, you know, what's it? Something fish, catfish versus another app versus other app versus this app. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize it was that serious. But for people it is that serious. Like, you know, if you looking for like just a good time, then it's certain app you just need to go to, you know, versus the other app. So I'm not a fan of online dating, but to each his own.
What's catfish?
It's an app. It's an online dating app.
I thought catfish was like
a TV
fake
show.
Something. You fake who you are.
No, something. It is. I think it's called catfish or something. Like it's an online dating app. Let's Google. Make sure I'm right.
I thought that was like a TV show or something.
It's a TV show too, but it's something fish. It's something fish. Online dating apps. It is, because she was telling me, and I was just like, "What is that online dating apps?"
I don't know. That one's new one.
Summary from MindBody Green. The best dating app.
So let's see. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Listen, I think she said catfish. It's something fish though. Let's see what it. I don't know. I don't know.
That was new to me. What the heck is a catfish?
It's something.
Anything in a catfish.
I don't know the name of it.
I might have seen like they're gonna get food.
Oh, they getting food every day.
They get food every day regardless. They ain't even online dating and getting food. They getting food on Instagram and all that foolishness.
They get food every day.
Yes, they are. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the thing though. Even with this whole online dating thing, like most people, right, have like family members, friends that have experienced that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they have done the online dating thing, and they've talked about their experiences, and how many of those experiences that they've actually talked about were positive.
Some I know of people who got married and are still married right now, happily, at least as of right now. You know, and they met their partner online.
Yeah, I can see. Because I know, I don't know a whole lot, but I know at least two people, they're still together. They met online and, you know, they good. At least I know two for sure.
I think some people just don't really get out. So for them, the opportunities to meet other individuals are not as great, right? So for them, they may kind of gravitate towards the online dating app as well. And honestly, in my opinion, that's probably the people that I would think would get the most out of online dating, you know, is people that generally aren't getting out, right? So the chances to meet someone probably aren't great. But yeah, I think that it could definitely work. It has worked, and you just got to go through. It's just like in real life, you know. You meet somebody, you kind of got to vet them out. You know, you got to vet them online. You know, it might be a little tougher to vet them online. You may have to be more critical, you know, on the front end, or you know, a little more blunt and direct about what your intentions are and what you really want to do, because that's going to help save time in the run, but it definitely works.
Yeah. So do you think that that's this whole premise of online dating is a little bit more popular depending on the city that you're in too? Like say for Atlanta, for certain instances, right? Like Atlanta has a lot going on per se, and it's different places where you can meet different people per se, but it's like, do you go to all those places or do you just download an app? You know what I'm saying? Like which one is the easier version there? Because a lot of things it's just simpler. Like depending on which city you live in, it's simpler to me. That's what I think. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe.
and even from the other opposite end of that standpoint, what if you live in a small town and everybody knows everyone and everyone's related to everyone?
Yes.
So, how else are you going to meet other people a little bit easier, a little bit more convenient without it costing you a lot of gas or miles, without being flown out everywhere, every time, go online, start online first.
Yeah. I mean,
that makes sense.
yeah. You live in a smaller town though, so that's like a town less than 1,000 people, or what? What's your time? What's the town size there? Okay, because all the town probably gonna fit in one page. You know what I'm saying? Just right there. This is all your people. Great.
You so silly.
This is everybody go choose from right here. Okay. Like,
You're so silly.
hey, then people gonna start sharing at that point. Like, hey, I've had this. Hey, this person we dated already. So it's your turn. You I'm just saying, okay? Just got to throw that scenario out there.
It's true. It happens though. Sure.
It does.
So what do y'all guys think about that premise of arranged marriages, though?
When it works, it works.
I know you guys watched that show, Married at First Sight, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I have watched it.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that premise, though?
Is that the one where they're talking to each other, they never see each other?
No.
They just like walk down the aisle, get married,
Yeah,
and
they
then
literally met at the altar.
yes.
I think it works. I mean, historically, it's worked. I mean, a lot more successful than the traditional way of finding happy or getting in a relationship. That's statistically proven that it works more. Now, that may be because of the cultures that are involved, because that's not typically American culture. But, in the Middle Eastern and, certain other areas, like that's normal. So it's kind of like, all right, this is my partner, and I think they make the best of it. They're more open to it. They're more accepting of it. So they don't really allow the negative too much to affect the circumstance.
And they have brought them up to know that that's what they's going to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They have raised them like that.
So we genuinely don't truly know if they're happy,
Right.
100% happy, but we do know that the marriages last. So I don't know what really matters. I don't know what really matters anymore.
Yeah. A lot of those arranged marriages, one of the partners aren't typically happy,
Right.
because it's like they don't find the other person attractive. They, they're not in love with them. There's just something, like they see someone else that they wanted to be with, but their parents, wouldn't allow it. But they stick with it because, like you said, it's the culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be that child. I would be that child that would just go ahead and buck the system.
Right? Just rebel.
I'm just gonna buck the system. Then I have to take my punishment. Then
You get disowned by your family.
Is that right? You kick me out the family, and then I just go. You know what I'm saying? Go sow my royal oats somewhere else. I'm just like, I will be that child.
I think it has to be cultural. It's not, you can't force that on somebody with free will. It's just not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. Like, you can't be open to that coming from a background of choice and free will when it comes to your partner. it just, you'll never, it'll yeah.
But that's the premise of the show that Josh just asked us about, Married at First Sight. That's literally what you're describing.
Yeah.
People, Americans typically, with their own free will of choice, they are choosing. They're actually choosing to be arranged.
Mm-hmm.
So it actually...
I think they're part of a test group.
Yeah, that's a total experiment.
Test group.
Yeah, like
it's an experiment.
Yeah, these people have probably failed to find love in their lives, and they've gotten to a point where they're willing to take that chance.
Try anything type of thing.
That's almost, I don't want to use the D word, but yeah, it's just a...
What's the D word?
What's the D word?
It rhymes with separate, but it's a D word.
Oh, desperate.
Right. You know, it's like, I think...
What's wrong with that?
Drafted. I thought it was drafted.
Not just, you know.
Okay.
Just bring more bits to the table. But I think that sounds like a desperate attempt to find someone, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I guess.
Would that be your first option? Any of us? No.
No.
All right, so
I mean, but think about it though. Like, part of the premise of that show, I don't think that that's like everybody's first option per se. Like, a lot of those people have like tried, you know, numerous times, right, to find someone for themselves, and they were presented with this opportunity to be on this show where they have expert pick their person for.
Right.
So it's like you're basically going on blind faith to hope that these people pick, I guess, essentially the right person for you. And then you just get all dressed up, walk down the aisle and see that person, and hopefully you like them, right? And hopefully you like that person.
Listen, only person that can pick somebody for me is Nrgy. That's it. Nobody else. Nrgy is the only one. Because let me tell you.
Girl, I got you.
She got me. Like, she the only one. Because I could be like, damn, Nrgy did that. Now, I already know you done been through the ringer and I'm good. The only person can pick somebody for me is Nrgy. That's it. That's a done deal.
I was not expecting that.
That one came out left.
You guys heard it here.
Hey, I'm up to the challenge. Anybody contact me. I would love to do that. Because I'm going to look for those things that we tend to not look at and look for.
Yeah.
If they pass Nrgy program, then you know what I'm saying, that's a different conversation. I could probably talk to you. They pass Nrgy program. If you ain't go through Nrgy program, we can't talk.
Everybody crazy.
No. You can't meet me at no altar. None of that foolishness.
Everybody crazy.
They passed Nrgy format. They need to go to the military or something. Like, they did it. Okay. They have arrived after that.
They have arrived.
Hey.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
They gonna be whipped and shaped.
Hey.
What?
You don't have to deal with the nonsense. I promise you that.
Listen, y'all better stop playing.
We quickly.
Nrgy program is coming out really, really soon, y'all. Y'all be looking for it. Okay, it's coming. Get your friend like Nrgy and then use her program, and y'all gonna be good.
That brother gonna be stuttering.
Okay.
You know, I gotta take this. No. No more questions. No more.
We're just talking. No questions.
Hey, that's
having
what
casual conversation.
That guy gonna be saying. He gonna be like, "Hey, I can't answer no more questions. Like, no more." Okay? No.
She's so calm when she have her conversations. Like, what? Listen.
Yes, I'm gonna make you. You're gonna be comfortable. I'm not gonna make you feel uncomfortable. Because I need to get to know the real you.
See?
If anybody out there has watched those episodes, these last couple episodes, be prepared, okay? Be prepared.
You silly. Y'all silly.
She's my online dating app. If I was to do anything online, if I ever thought about that process, I would go to Nrgy first.
Y'all silly. Aphrodite, you crazy?
I'm talking about I be safe. Okay, safe.
You'll be safe.
So we
Right.
That brother gonna have a 700 credit score. That dude gonna have a high credit score. Like it's gonna be high. Okay, it's gonna be up.
He gonna have a high credit score, high IQ, high EQ.
All that.
What?
Good in bed. All that.
What?
she gonna contact past lovers and everything. She gonna contact everybody, do reference check, all that.
Hey, someone comes to me for that type of task, you better believe it. No stone left unturned.
See? Bam.
Yeah, we gotta change the subject now. You gonna start scaring people off. Like, okay, this is it. Okay, thank you.
Look, they were like, you know what? I'll go back to the online dating apps. This too much.
Yeah, this is a little easier. Just press the button.
It's a lot easier on Tinder. A lot easier.
Oh man. Oh, that's so funny.
That's funny.
Oh. But have you ever heard of people like parents arranging dates for their children?
Yeah. Especially moms, when like they have a friend who has a son that the mom is like, oh, he's cute and he's in sports, or he's got good grades. Yeah,
they try it.
Yeah.
Well, would you ever do that for your own?
I'm
not opposed to maybe just making the connection, like, hey, and then just leaving it be. If they become just friends, that's cool. But, maybe just making the connection, because they could be best friends, if nothing else.
Yeah, I agree with Nrgy.
What's wrong with Josh?
I ain't making no connection with nobody, no. Okay?
No, you can't.
You cannot be that type of dad.
I am.
Josh on some other stuff.
The thing is, Josh, they're going to meet someone.
Regardless.
And they're going to meet someone somewhere.
Right.
And I'm sure, assuming, my assumption is that you would feel a bit more comfortable if you knew the person or knew who they were connected to prior to,
Yep.
Well, the reason why I brought up that question, right? My daughter, right? She is about to be 10, right? So she brought up a very interesting question to me recently, right? And she was like, hey, she said something about her friends' parents that started talking to her about like boys and all that other kind of stuff. And this is her friend telling her that, right? So she came to me and she was like, hey, so when are we gonna have the talk? And I was like, what talk are you talking about? Like, what exactly are you saying right now? Okay, because you're 10. Like, what talk we need to have right now? Like, what do we need to do? And she was like, the talk. And I was like, you still got that light beard, because I don't know what talk exactly.
Look, Josh ain't trying to fall for the okie doke.
I'm not. Okay, I need her to say the words out of her mouth. What exactly are you saying? And she didn't say the words per se, but she was like, when are you gonna like let me like talk to boys?
Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, when you 30? Is that a good? Is that a good enough time right there?
Really, Josh?
What? I gave her an answer. Like, what do you want me to do?
First of all,
what?
I do recommend talking to them early. Especially now. Like, I recommend it, and now she's hearing it from her friends. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is, I don't really know what all the parents said, but it might be some things you don't agree with that you might have to correct. So you got to have your own personal talk with her, and not that 30 stuff, because you already know that's out the window, Josh. Like let's be real about this conversation.
Right.
Like, don't lie to yourself.
Exactly. There you go.
Hey, I don't want my baby to grow up, okay? I don't want her to grow up. No.
When your kid brings it up to you, that's how you know it's time to talk about it.
It's time.
Yeah, because they know more than what you think at that point.
Yep. It is time, Josh. So you're going to set aside some time and y'all just had a good conversation.
I'm not ready.
Well, get ready.
I'll help you. Just call me whenever you're ready.
I'm not ready. Okay.
It's time.
I wasn't ready for that conversation, okay? Go ahead.
I mean, but believe it, like they would catch you off guard with conversation. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They would catch you off guard. You'd be like, oh, okay. You know, but you got to go back, retract, and then regroup and come back and, you know, get it right. Not no 30, but get it right.
It sounded good in my head.
I know.
It sounded real good. Like,
it sounded good. It look, even right now, even you said you was so confident in it, you was like, yeah, 30.
It still sounds pretty good. It do.
I know.
It still sounds pretty good.
You know, that's what you have us for, our perspective, and we let you know that's a no-go.
Parent to parent. Yes.
I appreciate that.
Non-parent to parent, it's a no-go. So across the board, you got confirmation.
There it is.
Everything I agree with 100%. You need to handle that expeditiously.
Oh my God.
Expeditiously.
Yes.
Just said expeditiously.
Expeditiously.
Yes. Because now in this moment, this is where she's getting her foundation of that topic. So you want to be the one to formulate and lay that foundation before other people can put bricks in it.
Right.
It may be uncomfortable, but that's a part of when you have kids. You know, it's going to be a lot of things that you just got to step in and just toughen up.
Yep.
Yeah. I realize that I've had a whole bunch of those moments thus far, but I mean, that part right there, I don't know. Okay. Start talking about people touching my baby and stuff. I don't know about that conversation, but you know, we'll get to it. I'm gonna get to that conversation. It's gonna be great. Okay, we're gonna set it up nice. We might sit down, I'll have a little dinner. You know, maybe a movie. She fall asleep, then boom, I gotta have a conversation.
Wait. You gonna have a conversation when she sleep?
Nah, he gonna avert the conversation.
Did y'all catch that?
Did you catch that? Did he even catch that? He know what he's saying. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God!
And then when she get up, when she get up in the morning, we had it. Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah, we did. You said you was good. Yeah, you said you was good. You know.
Oh baby.
She 10, okay? Like me. Like,
give her my number. Give her my number. I'll talk to her.
I'm just. Okay. It sounded good. It did. It sounded real good.
I'm mad that you said that because this is now out there. You know that, right?
It's okay. She know I talk like this. I mean, hey, what do you want me to do? Okay. You ain't gonna get mad at me. You know I talk like this. This is me. Like this is it right here. Okay.
Hilarious. I love it.
So, the downside to online dating. What do you think that is? Downside to online dating.
You
Safety.
may truly not be able to really get to know that person. Yeah. You're not really able to get to know the other person just from online. Like, there's so much you have to be able to see, hear, feel, smell, whatever. You got to be able to use your other senses. If you're just strictly doing online, that's like, what is it? Like binding you to some of the other things that a person, can be involved in or can be about, like Emmanuel said, like they only showing you the good stuff.
Outside of that, I don't think there's any downside, to be quite honest. I mean, I'm not really for it, but it comes with the same risks that regular dating comes with. They're just probably a bit more heightened because you can't physically put your eyes and ears on it. I think it's the same risk.
You have to use your other senses.
Yeah, it's just heightened because you're not there. Like what Nrgy just explained, like that piece she just explained makes it that much more riskier, but it's the same risk, it's the same hurdles. You just gotta you gotta be a little more aggressive with handling them. That would be my biggest takeaway from that.
Yeah.
It's just like meeting a stranger, you don't know them. That's the same thing as when a new account pops up on your app. Like you just met a stranger, you know? It's just you just online. You just online. So yeah.
Huh. I would say that too. I mean, I would pretty much go with what you said, the whole safety thing, right?
Safety, for sure.
If you are a nice young lady looking to meet a nice young man, and there's a lot of creeps out there. I can tell you that. Okay,
it sure is. Male and females.
Them creeps could be in person too.
Yep.
Let's not be blind. I'm telling you, it's just everything just heightened. It's like times 2.
I know, but it's a little bit easier to reword things online, though. You know what I'm saying? Like versus in person, where you can actually see the person's face and all this other kind of stuff. You can make yourself look like the perfect person online. You know what I'm saying? Like you can write whatever you want to write, and it sounds real good and all this other kind of stuff. So
yeah,
it's a little different. Like you have to have more of your guard up online than you would have to have like in person per se.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
You can make
my guard would just be up. Period. I don't know, because these people, they don't matter. Meet them online, in person. They can be some real people, real creeps.
Yeah,
so, I don't know. So like, on the online dating, my question is, on the online dating, besides y'all typing to each other, y'all not able to like FaceTime or video each other to see what the person looking like?
Oh yeah, you can exchange.
I mean, these days you can, yeah.
Okay.
You can exchange numbers and just call them off the app.
Okay.
That's normally what'll happen. You know, once people feel a certain level of comfort, they'll probably make that exchange, and then they start talking personally. They can FaceTime and all that stuff. At that
I'm gonna need to see who I'm talking to. Hell no.
Hey, well, some people might do that. I mean, if you talking to somebody and that's how you feel, you tell them that, and then y'all could do that at the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, that would come right off the rip. I probably have a different phone,
right?
But it would come right off the rip. No, I'm not lying. No.
Yeah, I don't think you're the only one who feel like that. People don't want to get catfished. People don't want to, waste their time with somebody who done, what they call it when they fix their pictures. Photoshop. Yeah, like people be doing all that stuff. So yeah. I think your perspective on that is probably pretty normal. People want to get that out the way really quick. Like, all right.
Oh, I would. Yeah, that would just be mandatory. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely, like I said, people out there, they put their profile up, they look 20 years older than that picture that they got up there. Hey, I was like, hey, this, nah.
Now, Josh, when you dated online, like, did your people look like what they look like online?
Not all of them. No. No.
So, like, how did you handle that?
In the most respectful way possible, okay? Because at the end of the day, I'm a gentleman, right? Like, if I notice some inconsistencies, right, I'm not going to immediately just put it out there that, hey, this is less than consistent with what I, seen on the profile and stuff like that. I'm going to let it play out to see where it goes, right? Like, that's my thing, right? Now, the deviation between what was on the screen and what they physically look like, it was not, like, hard, right? Like, it wasn't like, it was like, oh, this is not you at all. It wasn't that type of situation or whatever. It was just more like...
They put on 50 pounds.
Not even that. Like, maybe they had a bad day when they took this picture. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe they had a bad day when they took this picture, and now they got They put themselves together by the time they got to you. There you go.
Oh, well, that's a good thing. Yeah. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's what I was hoping for, guys. Because I was like, this picture, it's all right, but yeah.
What you're describing isn't normal.
Right, because it's usually the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's normally the opposite.
Hey, but that was my experience, all right? Like, that's kind of what happened.
That's a good experience, man. That's all like.
Because I remember one time.
It's more than a look, though. It's more to a person than just a look.
That's fair.
Yeah, they got to be talking about something.
Well, I remember one time, like, a friend set me up on this blind date, right? And we was gonna meet in downtown Atlanta. So I lied and said what I had on, but I had on something different. And they actually told me what they had on. They was so ugly, I went the other way. It was not no conversation.
Aphrodite!
So mean. Oh.
No, they was ugly. And
girl.
I was like, girl, that ugly man.
But you didn't see him beforehand?
What?
You didn't see him beforehand?
No, like she
said
was
blind date.
It was a blind date type of thing. She was like, I really think you'll like him. And she should have known I wasn't gonna like him. I think she was just a hater at the time.
Or maybe she might have been really close to him. So maybe-
I don't care. You know, like, if you know me, especially back then, I was so blunt. I was very, like, my mouth, oh my goodness. Like, I learned how to control this. You know what I'm saying? No, she knew that foolishness. Oh, he was ugly.
I did some blind dates in high school.
You did?
That was
the first and last time.
It's not really blind dates. It's just like, oh, my homie's girl got a friend. And it's like,
okay.
You know, she gonna
be, okay, yeah.
You know?
Okay, I can see that.
We used to call it taking one for the team.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't going to take that one for the team. I was by myself. Had it been a group of us, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I probably would have played that off.
Right.
But me personally being by myself, oh no, we wouldn't take that. That's not for the team. That's for me.
Right, exactly.
Oh my gosh. He might have been the sweetest, most loving person.
You gotta have a look too. Come on now.
100%.
To some people, it might be different.
Nah, for everybody. Everybody wanna look.
No, but
ain't nobody gonna still pay a lie on this podcast.
No. But because there is such a thing, pump your brakes. There is such a thing where people say a person has to grow on you because you may not be attracted to them at first sight. So sometimes in a lot of people's relationships, they have grown on that person.
Well, he was not gonna grow on me, Nrgy. So
no, not you. I was talking to Emmanuel. Ain't nobody lying. There are some people who's not just straight up about looks immediately. If you get to know a person, then sometimes their looks do grow on you. That is such a thing out here.
They grow on you, but they can't. They gotta get on you first. Like if when you see them, they not even on the radar. Then there's nothing to grow. Like they gotta be like, if you like neutral, mediocre, then it's like, oh, okay, all right. They not really, looks aren't their number one quality, but we'll see what they got. But if you're not even mediocre, if you just busted and disgusted, I mean, I'm sorry, but I feel like everybody has that bare minimum level of a physical appearance that they deem, relevant, and anything below that don't get attention. They just don't. And if you above that, even if you might not be ideal, that's where what you saying, Nrgy, becomes applicable. It's like, all right, not the stud I was looking for, but we'll see what you got, and then, all right, okay, I like him, but below that bare minimum, it's a no deal. It's a no deal. It's okay. I can say it for us, Hey, I ain't found nobody to just like, I don't care what they look like. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna put my best foot forward. I don't know nobody like that.
You're talking about like on a blind date or?
No, just in general.
Gotcha.
Like even when you meet somebody, the only thing you have to gauge them off of is their look. When you first meet them. Mm-hmm. And based off of that, we all have an immediate reaction.
Right.
It's going to be an immediate reaction. And it's going to be, okay, let's see more. Or, okay, I don't want to see no more. And one of those two things is going to happen. Okay. All right. One of those things gonna happen. All right. Yeah. It is.
I agree. I agree. It was never said though that
they can grow on you.
It was never said that, oh, it doesn't matter what you look like. You can be whomever, looking like whatever, you're going to be able to grow on a person. Right. Everyone does have their own standard of where that bottom line is.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know how we got there, but.
It was an interesting turn. I'm telling you that, right? Like, that was an interesting right turn. That's what happened, right? We was going straight, right? But then somebody turned right. You know what I'm saying?
We're talking about that when Aphrodite just ignored old boy because he was ugly.
Did. I caught the next train. I was like, I'm good.
Oh my gosh. But honestly, if you look at it, right? Like, look at people's past dating type, right? Right, like the last 3-4 people that your exes and stuff like that, and do they fit under a particular category? Like, were they all fit? Were they big? Were they, what were those particular characteristics that were similar? You know what I'm saying? Like, what were those characteristics that were similar to all those people? That may be your type. You know what I'm saying? That may be the type of person that you tend to go for.
For sure.
It's those types of people.
For sure.
So when you finally meet someone after a while that does not fit that, past trend, right? Then that's your coin toss moment to say, hey, am I going to take that risk and date outside of my, my past trend? Yeah. Or not.
I see that.
Like, that's the thing. Like, I think everybody gets, or some people get to that crossroads where, they've dated a lot of people that were similar type, like body structure type, or a similar career type, or similar thought process type, or whatever, and they are afraid to try something different. Like afraid to step outside of that type, right? But sometimes stepping outside of that type works.
Yeah,
like it does. Like sometimes stepping outside of type actually works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Not they looks though. They look.
This is all assuming they meet that standard. Okay? Otherwise, there's nothing to talk about. It just ain't, okay? And it sounds bad, but everybody got that is a essential part of being happy in your relationship, is being comfortable with the physical appearance of your partner, right? There has to be a certain level of comfort. Not to say they got to be a diva or a supermodel or anything, but there's got to be a bare minimum level of comfort, and that's that standard I was referring to.
Yeah, that's why on online dating we would have to exchange numbers, and I would need to see you. Period.
I agree 100%.
Photos are not enough.
No,
especially not for women. And no offense, but y'all makeup is too powerful. Women's makeup is too powerful, bro. Okay, it's too powerful. Right? So
with the request, Emmanuel, would the request be without makeup?
Yes.
Can I see you without your makeup?
Well, I probably wouldn't say that, but if let's just say we got on FaceTime, she had a face full of makeup, then I would either not talk to her anymore, because I don't want to like because I want to see who you really are. Like, I'm not trying to see the face you put on. I'm trying to see who you are. But I would either just not talk to her anymore to avoid conflict, or I would ask her, is there a time or a way where I could see without the makeup?
Wow, okay.
Like, just dudes do not like that, okay? Especially coming out the gate. We've acknowledged the strength of it. It's real. I've seen it. And, we want to know who you really are, So I don't know if a woman is watching. I speak for me. I think I think I can speak for the dudes, Josh, me, and we want to like.
That's pretty much.
Right.
Yeah. At least at first sight, talk about dating and online and blind dates and stuff. Like, we're fine with you wearing it. We just want to know what you really look like without it. That's what it is. Because some women would just never not wear makeup to hide, or whatever. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're not comfortable with it. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they don't feel like they're hiding, that they just want to be at a certain standard of beauty. But for us, we just feel like we want to know.
So would it just be makeup, or would it be makeup and wigs? Because, and the only reason I'm asking is because not only is it not just the makeup, but they wear all. I'm a product of the wig conversation. You know what I'm saying? My current relationship, they probably didn't see my hair till like a year later. Like my real hair till like a year later. For real.
For me, the wig's not as bad.
Okay.
The wig is just hair. It's just hair. Like I've seen women with no hair look very beautiful. I've seen women look beautiful. Like we're trying to measure the true beauty of a woman, right? The hair don't always dictate that, but your face definitely will. Okay. So like there's women that have long hair that cut it off. There's women that have short to no hair that grow it out. Like, so like the hair, I mean, it's important. It has importance, but for me, that's not going to be like an immediate action item I need to kind of get to the bottom of.
Okay. Understood.
That's my take.
Okay.
That's a hard line. I ain't gonna lie to you, okay? Because what you're saying, right? Some of it I agree, some of it I don't agree with all that. Now, okay, it's a little bit of a harsh take, but depending on the person that a person may be with, who do they have to be attracted to? Is the thing, right? Are they attracted to you? Do they have to be attracted to the person, or do they have to be attracted to society? Or other people? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing, right? Because what you may think is, okay for you as a person, like that person may be, the finest person in the world to you, but other people might not, agree with you. You know what I'm saying? Like other people might think that, they don't like their characteristics or whatever the case may be. So what's more important, right? Like what other people think about the way that a person looks, or what you think about the way a person looks?
For me, it's what I think. But for a lot of people who are status focused or, strongly influenced by the opinions of others, they may seek to find someone that looks good in the public eye or to the eye of the public, but I don't care about that. But that's not typical, right? A lot of people aren't heavily influenced by the opinions of others.
It's kind of hard to say, because there's a lot of people out there putting their relationship on Instagram, Facebook, and all these other things. People taking all these couple pictures and stuff like that. Like, I'm just saying. So
do you think them putting it out there, Josh, is for them to get like a opinion of the people?
But think about it though. If they honestly were getting a lot of negative feedback from maybe friends or family about the way that their partner looks, maybe or maybe not, they would be posting that person online, because a lot of people do listen to their family and friends. A lot of people do listen to that kind of stuff. A lot of people are more influenced by that than their own opinion. Like that's the thing. So it goes back to what we were talking about initially. Like if you go on a blind date, right? You see a person, right? That person may not be what you would be expecting. Do you give that person a chance because of who they are? They showed up, they look nice, they dressed up, You give that person a chance, and you just like, boom, let's just walk away.
You're not gonna be happy. You're gonna start looking at other places in your relationship. I'm telling you, you're gonna start looking at other women. You're gonna start looking at other men. There's gonna become issues because of that. Issues will arise.
I know, but that's kind of hard. That's kind of hard to say, because if you're one of those people that's had not so good relationships, right? Like you've had a few bad relationships, a few failed relationships, and you get set up with this one person that may be good for you, right? Like they may be the person that can like really fulfill some of that stuff that you hadn't been getting, and you just turn them down based on the way they look.
Yeah, that's what I was describing.
You'll never know.
Exactly.
You'll never know.
I'm just saying, they don't even my bare minimum expectation. It's not happening.
I understand. I understand.
I'm not gonna be happy. I'm not gonna be happy. I'm telling you, like, just personally, like, I won't even get that far to even know. So I would never even know. That would never happen to me. But it's just, there's got to be, and what I'm saying, my line is a real line. I know I'm not going to be personally happy with my partner if they don't look a certain way at the bare minimum. That don't mean they got to be fine, but it has to be a minimum standard that has to be met. And if that's not met, then I'm not going to be happy personally. I mean, it's just, it might sound bad, but it's just not.
But never mind. Yeah.
No, don't go ahead.
No, because I don't want Emmanuel to feel like I'm attacking him. So no,
I don't ever feel attacked. I like healthy conversation.
Because he's still smiling. You good? Go ahead.
Okay. No, so it's like what you're saying is the same. I'm trying to figure out how should I say it, but anyway, like you said, you've never given it an opportunity. So how do you know the opposite? How do you know that you won't be happy with that person? You know, based off of, like Josh was saying, we tend to date same types in certain categories in certain areas. And if we just look at our past, including myself, if we look at our past, our history, at, you know, our typical type of person that we've dated, and if present day we still find ourselves, you know, single, whatever, you know, but yet we want to be in a relationship with someone, then at some point, where do you decide to say, you know what, let me try to change up my typical way of doing things to try to find someone different, someone who actually is for me, someone who I can actually love and who will love me for me as well. You know, if you never even just have that conversation with a person first to see where they are mentally, emotionally, you know, where are they in life? You know, what is it about that person that can possibly be that missing element for you? If you never try, if you strictly always just go straight off of physical appearance. Yes, I agree. I understand that there has to be some form of attraction, but attraction isn't always going to come immediately. So it's not anything for you to, I'm not looking for an answer. I guess It's just more so just, you know, putting that thought out there respectfully, because I don't want you to feel that I'm coming against you at all.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't feel like that at all. No, I just, you know, like I said, what you're saying is good. I think what may be happening is that statement may create a certain perception, right? And I can't quite, you know, help you all see what my minimum standard is, right? Where I know in my mind what that is, right? So like from that standpoint, it doesn't, like I said, this person doesn't have to be, you know, the star of the room or anything like that. But there's got to, like, in my opinion, like even if they're a 4 on the attraction scale, you know, like that is minimal, right? That is okay, right? There's a level of consideration that could still follow that. There's still a level of, okay, let me get to know you, even though this person may not have been the apple of my eye at first sight, right? But yeah, I agree with what you're saying. You know, it's worth giving it a shot. But you know, in past experiences, I've never been with someone that was a 4, but I've been in a situation where I may have not been completely satisfied with the physical appearance, and it made me uncomfortable as an individual. I wasn't truly happy with the person. Maybe I wasn't the right person. And that's what also comes down to, how long are you willing to invest time on people that may or may not be the right person to find the right one? Wow. You know, when you know that, yeah, because that's what that's what it would happen. It's like, all right, okay, now I've gotten my standards so wide that now I'm open to going into or further into certain situations with people to try to figure out if this is the right match. And, you know, that's just something that I haven't really gotten to doing. I know, like I said, my basis, my minimum, that kind of helps me at least eliminate some. And then I kind of go to my next steps following that.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I'm definitely not about wasting time either. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, we know that. Energy don't waste time now. Okay, that's about the time blocking.
A 15-point plan too.
Y'all
we ain't wasting no time. Okay?
It's a measure. It's a measure to save time.
You're right. You still there after number 5. You doing good. Okay.
Whatever.
I'm saying, if he get to number 5 though, he good. Okay. That first 1 through 5, and that don't get you. Hey, you hang it in there.
You silly. Whatever.
Hey, it's okay.
Whatever.
Hey,
whatever.
Okay. I applaud you. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that.
Hear no more of that.
I love it.
We are talking that up. Okay, there's plenty of people out there that need that. Okay,
that is like my passion. I
That's
love
what I'm saying. So
it's coming soon. I'm telling everybody. Do y'all hear me? Add a perspective with Josh. Nrgy 15-point plan is coming really, really soon. Get ready. It's coming.
Hey.
Download it to your phone.
Yep.
Y'all silly.
So since y'all can't have my friend, y'all can't have her personally, okay? But we'll put you an app together. This y'all infomercial. This our infomercial. We're gonna put your app together. Make sure, you know what I'm saying, put the 15-point plan in, put it in perspective for you. And then we're gonna get it, then since you can't have her personally, then you can just have her on the app.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There you go.
And that's gonna narrow down your online dating prospects, all that kind of stuff. Now, all the crazy stuff Josh went through, because they just wanted a meal. Gonna eliminate that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, I tell you.
That happened.
Josh, and you just co-signed with your stuff.
Hey, I might as well own it. It was 17 years ago. I might as well own it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not? Just.
Oh my gosh.
It's gonna eliminate some manual issues because the bare minimum of the 4. That 4 bare minimum.
Ain't no phones.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He said no 4s. I'm sorry.
All right. That'll be the perfect way to end this right here. Okay. So we go any further, right? When we go any further than what we did win. We done already took that right already today. Okay. No. Okay. So another episode of Adding Perspective with Josh. I'm Josh.
I'm Coach Nrgy.
I'm Aphrodite.
And I'm Emmanuel. And ain't no foes.